Hello to everyone, we are from Kupcini. We got together today to discuss what does it mean to be a volunteer. We will try to answer some questions like, is it difficult to be a volunteer? Is it useful to be a volunteer? Is it necessary to be a volunteer? Let me introduce our special guest, Michael Mistyryuk, a very interesting person. He kindly agreed to meet with us and answer our questions. Meet our interviewers, who are 10th grade students from Sofia Kovalevskaya Lyceum in Kupchin, Tidrik Anastasia, Popovich Evgenia, and Litko Alexander. I am Burlak Larisa. Our today interview is a part of the project Youthpreneurship and Youth Innovation through Community Engagement and American Values Promotion. The project director is Ms. Victoria Moskalyuk, PhD at Roosevelt State University. Now I give the floor to the interviewers.
Hello, Michael. As we know, while you were a scholar, you were an active volunteer. What interests us, namely, is your involvement in the US finance project. Please tell us some words about them.
Hello. Well, I'm proud of my experience in some US Department of State finance projects. So the first and basic project within I took part of most of time was debate team, which was officially named the Disciples of Socrates, within the frame of Debate World Youth Tournament project that was financially supported by the US Embassy in the Republic of Moldova. I was a member there for 2 years, from 2020 to 2022. There were also one-time events, for example, Cultural Diversity Fest that was held on 27th March 2021, or Poetry in Voice, Jedinets District Recitation Contest, held on 2nd March 2019, which required no less preparation and involvement.
Oh, brilliant. And what are your general impressions of them?
Well, they were all exciting because of thoughtful organization, excellent resource provision, remarkable format in which they all were held.
Cool. As a debate team member, what are your best achievements?
To begin with, you should understand that debate teams gathered from all the Moldovan regions, and I'm honored to say that we succeed to win several tournaments. During the pandemic, we meet each other online, and we were glad to talk even to some Ukrainian teams from Melitopol due to Arkansas University that had such an initiative. But anyways, the most valuable that I accumulated there was the fantastic level of the critical thinking, which I consider the most important victory of mine there.
It's interesting to know what were the topics you discussed there.
Okay, generally speaking, all these were related to some children's problems, whether they should or not be permitted to watch ads, or how important is teaching them business. However, we discussed, general social problems, for example, stray dogs, pensions, and roads in Moldova. The point was to research and find out how the things are in some developed countries as the UK and the US, and how reasonable and applicable is to implement them, implement that experience into our realm.
Yeah, that is really useful. We teenagers want to change our country. By the way, your practice at the US Department of State organized projects determined your professional choice. And if yes, how significantly is this?
Significantly. Now I'm learning at the journalism faculty in the Moldova State University. My basic conviction is that Problems can be resolved, but the most important problem is that people do not believe that is real. As a journalist, I see my holy task to convey to them that all difficulties are surmountable and show people the right way. That's a very difficult task, completing which it's impossible not to, perceive things from different perspectives. And this is what debate sessions taught me. Debates provoked in me an unlimited curiosity to some social problems as social justice, freedom of expression. So in some sense, we can say that debates influenced my worldview, showing me what's truly mine.
Yes, sir.
Above all, what's the most essential trait the debates project nurtured in you and which is important in your future career?
So the most important is the critical thinking. So that ability, to consider the both sides of, a question, to understand, people from one side and from other side, and to try really to dig deep, to some, complicated questions that, usually are not discussed in society.
Okay, Sasha.
To sum up, what qualities and skills should a person have to be a volunteer?
I think to be a volunteer, you should have, open-mindedness, your, readiness, and openness, let's say, to some new information, your desire to develop, especially to develop your community. And, you should understand how you are related to your community and how the life of your community influences your life, I think that.
Okay, tell me please, Michael, it's interesting to know your opinion. Is it difficult to be a volunteer?
I think no.
Was it difficult for you to be a volunteer?
I think that's not difficult, especially, and that's, that gives you aspiration, let's say. And, psychologically, it's desirable and, favorable.
As I've understood, you agree that it's useful to be a volunteer. Why is it useful to be a volunteer?
Yeah, that's useful, of course. And that's useful because that improves the quality of life, the people that are around you and your community. And, that influences you.
And it seems to me the most important question, is it necessary to be a volunteer? Is it really necessary to be a volunteer?
That's necessary if you wanna live better, because, let consider, for example, ecology. If you create a clean environment, around you, that's comfortable for you to live in that environment. And if you, just ignore that or just think, oh, there are some people that should be, active with that and should do something with that, but I will just stay and just, wait, I don't know what. So then you will have what you have, and there will be some things that become better. That's your task.
Thank you. And what projects are you involved now? Can you tell us some, or it's a secret?
No, that's not secret, because I participate in all open projects, I make all that projects publicly. For example, I live now in Chisinau as a student, and I participate in some projects that are held here in Chisinau.
Mhm.
For example, recently I participated in an exciting project named the Youth Parliament, or let's say in Romanian, Parlamentul Tinerilor, where we were given opportunity to become, one day we become members of the parliament, and we teach how to write a project, a law project that is oriented on the development of the society. That is, I don't know, I participate in some extracurricular activities in our university, and they are all related to journalism topics, different workshops.
Okay, it means that participating in different projects helps students to become more confident in themselves.
Yes, that's true. I don't know, more than 100%, and that's essential for the improvement of your qualification, let's say, for your experience. For students, that's essential.
Mm-hmm. And are you going to be involved in projects in future, or you will stop somewhere?
This will never be stopped.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Sandra.
Michael, thank you for such profound interview, and we hope to see you in the journalist frontline as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks you all, and I should say that I see you ambitious and curious and talented teenagers, and moreover, I observe, even a marvelous potential for journalistic work in you. And I wish you the success in your school life. Be brave and pursue your goals to the end. Thank you all.
Mm-hmm. That was your appeal for these interviewers, and I want you to ask. I want you to say. I want you. I don't know how to say it correctly. What is your appeal to our Kupchin youth, maybe the whole Kupchin youth or Moldovan youth? Have you such an appeal for them?
Okay, so if addressing to Kupchin youth, I want to say that there's opportunity everywhere, and here in Chisinau, I, from my part, will try to do anything to create something interesting for Kupchin, and but you should not just stay and wait. You can do whatever you want, just by addressing me or something organizations. Be active.
Be active. Yes, it's the main appeal. It seems to me, be active.
Just do it. Yes.
Active, and everything will be okay. It's difficult not to agree with you, because everything they need to be active. Be active and do something. If they want, everything will be okay. And one more, I would like to say thank you. I want to thank you very much for your agreement to meet with us and answer our questions, and to make a discussion with us. We wish you success in everything you do. And I would like to say my appeal to you and to my students, to all the students, to all the young people, is never trust your fear. They don't know your strength. Thank you very much.